your mother. Your mother. Happy Valentine's Day. Is it about romance?
I don't know. I don't want to be a cynic. I just think it's a day.
You know what? I love that we are differing on this.
Okay.
Anytime I hear someone say, I don't need a day for Valentine's Day to show you my love, my response is always, your mother. Your mother.
What do you mean?
I've never heard a man ever say to his mother, I can show you any day my love for you. We don't need to celebrate Mother's Day.
Oh.
If you are a single person, I don't think you should feel any pressure. I think actually it's the perfect day to go out to the bar.
Go out with your friends. It's a Friday night. But also, if you're in a relationship, I do recommend, especially if it's your first Valentine's Day, I do recommend discussing beforehand how important Valentine's Day is to you. Because if one person feels like this is just another day of the week and the other person feels that it's the most significant holiday to show your love, then we have an issue.
Welcome to the Ask a Matchmaker podcast. I'm your host, Matchmaker Maria, and we are joined again by our lovely February co-host, dating coach, Erika Ettin.
That's me.
How's it going, Erika? Welcome back.
Thank you. I always love being here.
It's Valentine's Day week.
It is.
Any thoughts on it?
On Valentine's Day in general?
I mean, this episode will be a hot take on Valentine's Day stuff.
Okay, I don't want to disappoint you, but I pretty much only have cold takes on Valentine's Day. I think it's just a regular day. It is a Friday this year. So, I mean, generally, I don't recommend like a late Friday evening first date for anybody because your Fridays are for you. So I would say the same on any Friday. But if that's the day you're available, go on a date. It really doesn't matter.
I love
just
that.
a day.
I love that. Before we actually talk a little bit more on the other hot takes that exist, not from me, but from the media on the day, I don't know anything about Valentine's Day. I feel like it's our Super Bowl as dating professionals. Like there's a lot of attention.
Are you busier on Valentine's Day?
No. I mean,
neither.
I'm busy press-wise.
Yeah, fine. Yes.
Right? But I feel like I don't know a lot, and I think I'd like to learn a little bit about
let's do it.
So I've got the history of Valentine's Day, where it all began, how it evolved into the celebration we know today, and you know, let's learn.
I'm excited. I don't know any
From
history.
there, we'll go into our personal.
Is it Saint Valentine's Day?
Let's find out. Our story starts in ancient Rome with a festival called Lupercalia. Sounds like a foot disease, which was celebrated from February 13th to the 15th. This was a wild event. Think sacrifices, fertility rituals, and some questionable matchmaking practices.
Uh-oh.
Not much has changed.
Okay.
Men would sacrifice a goat and a dog and then use those animal hides to whip women, believing it would boost fertility.
No comment. Okay.
Sounds romantic.
Yeah.
There was also a lottery where men and women were paired up for the duration of the festival, and sometimes these matches lasted beyond the festivities.
Okay.
So how did this evolve into the celebration of love? Fast forward to the 3rd century when Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers. To enforce this, he banned marriages for young men. Enter Valentine, a priest who secretly performed marriages for couples in love. When he was caught, Valentine was executed on February 14th. Legend has it before his death, he wrote a letter to the jailer's daughter, signing it, "From your Valentine." Why am I about to cry? This act of love and defiance made Valentine a martyr, and the church later honored him with a feast day.
Okay.
In the 5th century, Pope Gelasius I decided to merge the raucous Lupercalia festival with the celebration of Saint Valentine. This move helped Christianize the pagan holiday. It became less about fertility rituals and more about love, though historians note it retains some of its festive, if not wild, spirit. You know what's funny is that when you think about it, I don't know if you know this, but like the majority of births, like the probability of when you're born is in September.
Because people have sex on Valentine's Day?
No, people have sex on New Year's because everyone's home for the holiday.
All right.
A little epiphany, if you will.
Okay.
That's
please
accept
calculate.
this.
Sorry.
Can you tell me if that's a good pun? That's a good pun.
I didn't even hear it. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I was calculating 9 months in my head and embarrassed that I got it wrong.
But I wonder if, you know, I mean, I know October also has a lot of births.
Okay.
Maybe there's a little bit of a Christmas epiphany.
Well, it's also cold out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people have to be inside.
I did cuddle my husband last night, not because I wanted to, but because I wanted his warmth.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Who's Big Spoon?
I'm the big spoon, proudly.
Just
George knows.
asking.
Yeah, yeah. You know why I don't want to be the small spoon? I don't like it when anyone breathes on my neck.
That makes sense. I understand that.
And I don't I feel like I'm far enough from him when I do it that he doesn't feel my breath on him. It just works better. It's a better
Okay.
puzzle piece.
All right.
What about you? When you spoon, big or small? What's your preference?
I don't have a preference, but I will tell you, I just got these room darkening curtains, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to my life. I don't understand how I slept before. I'm obsessed
Yeah.
in a way I can't explain.
Tell me. I mean,
Well, I'm telling you.
like I got them when I was 23.
Oh, I've had them at hotels, but
Yeah.
I've slept better in the last 3 weeks than I think I've
best.
slept in my whole life. I didn't realize quite how light it was.
You know, you don't realize it until like I think a few days in when you're waking up at 6:30 in the morning, extremely well rested, but you're like, oh, it's only 6:30 and I feel well rested.
I couldn't believe it. Anyway, that's
I'm
my sleeping preference now.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
So back to the Valentine's Day history. By the Middle Ages, Valentine's Day began to take on its romantic associations. The reason? People believed February 14th was the start of the birds' mating season.
Ooh.
Writers like Geoffrey Chaucer and Shakespeare helped cement Valentine's Day as a time to celebrate love in poetry and plays. During this time, handmade cards became popular in Europe. These early Valentines were exchanged as tokens of affection and featured romantic verses, much like what we see today. Now, fast forward to the 19th century and the Industrial Revolution, advances in printing technology meant Valentine's Day cards could be mass produced. Enter Hallmark in the early 1900s, and the rest is history. Today, Valentine's Day is a big business with billions, B at the front, S at the end, spent annually on chocolates, flowers, jewelry. I mean, hell, it helps restaurants.
Sure.
And at its heart, it's still about expressing love and appreciation for the people in our lives, romantic or otherwise. That's what the history thing that we read. Now let's talk about if that last part is true. Is it about, romance?
I think it's about overt displays of romance, if that's important to you. I don't know. I don't want to be a cynic. I just think it's a day.
You know what? I love that we are differing on this.
Okay,
This
good.
is my favorite moment ever because I don't think we disagree a lot.
Yeah, and this isn't that significant. to
It's not that
disagree.
significant. And also, I don't disagree with you too much because it is just a day. If you are a single person, I don't think you should feel any pressure
Uh-huh.
on Valentine's Day.
Yep.
I think actually it's the perfect day to go out to the
Go out
bar.
with your friends. It's a Friday night. But also,
Yeah.
if you're in a relationship, I do recommend, especially if it's your first Valentine's Day, I do recommend discussing beforehand how important Valentine's Day is to you. Because if one person feels like this is just another day of the week and the other person feels that it's the most significant holiday to show your love, then we have an issue. So just like with the holidays that just passed, I think it's important to just bring up, hey, do you want to exchange gifts? How do you feel about Valentine's Day? I really like this. This is important to me. Better to manage expectations in advance so you don't get to that day and you're like, my partner did nothing. Did you talk about it? No.
Yeah, I get a lot of DMs post Valentine's Day from women who say, he did nothing.
Right.
And I'll say, did you ever set him up for success and tell him that you wanted to do something? And the answer is almost always
It's always no.
no.
Now, I will say, bare minimum, happy Valentine's
I
Day, maybe a
know.
card.
Jesus, get a card.
just
Make a card.
Assume the minimum. But beyond that, I always ask the same thing. Like,
Right.
did you express that you wanted to do something? Well, no, they should just know. They don't just know.
So let's go through some hot takes that we have.
All right.
We don't the most popular one. I
Yes.
think you kind of referenced it. We don't need one day to celebrate love.
Oh, yeah.
Many feel love and appreciation should be celebrated every day, not confined to a single day. Valentine's Day can seem artificial or forced compared to spontaneous acts of affection. Do you mind if I talk about this first?
I would love for you to.
Anytime I hear someone say, I don't need a day for Valentine's Day to show you my love,
Mhm.
my response is always, your mother. Your mother.
What do you mean?
I've never heard a man ever say to his mother, I could show you any day my love for you. We don't need to celebrate Mother's Day.
Oh.
Right? So I just feel like at its core, how Valentine's Day was created, it's okay to have these ovation of days. I mean, in Greece, like we're not Catholic, so Saint Valentine's not a thing for us. But I know the full moon of August is considered our most romantic day of the year, and that's the
Okay.
day that everyone does poetry and
Sure.
chocolates and whatever. And it's like, yeah, it's just a day to, your point before, but also it's like, why not?
Oh, I think you should do whatever the heck you want on that day. But I think, look, I work with single people, as do
Yeah,
you. So as it
it's a
relates to
lot of
giving
pressure.
advice for people who are dating, it's just a day.
Yeah,
If you're in a relationship, you can make it as special or as non-special as you want.
right. Yeah. Okay. Another hot take. It is the litmus test for relationships. Valentine's Day can sometimes expose relationship incompatibilities, like differing expectations about romance or effort, which can either strengthen or break a partnership.
Well, I liked what you said about setting your partner up for success. Have the conversation before. If you're afraid of having the conversation because you're afraid that your partner will dismiss
Mm,
things you want or will judge you, then we have a larger problem. Like, why can't you bring up what you want to your partner? So I think many things are litmus tests for relationships. Holidays, sure, Valentine's Day, um, things like that.
Let me ask you a question off that, right?
Yeah.
One of the most popular questions I get every year is in the first 2 weeks of February. I just went on a first date with a
Should
guy.
I? Yeah.
Are we supposed to celebrate Valentine's Day? What should he get me? I mean, even men message me like,
Right.
what am I supposed to do here?
Right.
Um,
What do you say?
I know you're gonna think this is corny,
It's fine.
but my go-to is because I've been in that position. I remember going on a first date with someone on February 10th,
Mm-hmm.
and I really wanted to see them again.
Mm-hmm.
But Valentine's Day was in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, well, and we had a discussion like, hey, let's take the pressure off today.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see each other in 2 days. I'm gonna go out
Yeah.
with my girlfriends. However, and I thought it was really cool that he did this, and that's why this is my tip. Because he knew he wanted a second date with me,
Mm-hmm.
he still had flowers delivered to me on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And I always thought that was so freaking classy.
Okay.
So that has always been my advice now. Like if you had a first date in that weird period of Valentine's week and you want a second date, you know, $10 bouquet delivery.
Okay. It's not advice I would give. I don't want someone knowing their address necessarily after the first date. So I would just say, look,
Touche, Erica.
yeah, well,
Touche.
thanks.
Excuse me.
So sometimes
Send them a Starbucks card, $25 to their email or not their email, to their phone number.
I think I would just send a nice text that says,
Ooh, I
looking
like
forward
that.
to our second date. Also, happy Valentine's Day, laughy emoji.
Send a GIF that
Just,
has
just
flowers.
a silly Valentine's emoji. Because if you make it awkward, it could actually be really funny.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know we've only been on one date, but like, happy Valentine's Day with like a Mickey Mouse GIF or something. I don't know.
I love that every time you come on, all of my strong convictions are like broken down. And then I'm like, you know what? Erica's right.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know. I was
Loosely held beliefs in this room.
I didn't know I was that persuasive. But I think if you say like, hey, I know it's awkward, but like, I'm excited for our second date. Also, like, happy Valentine's Day. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I like it. Send a good GIF.
Yeah, good gift.
Or GIF. I don't fucking know how
I
people
say GIF.
pronounce. I say GIF too. Grow up. Good GIF. Oh God. All right. Valentine's Day is a capitalist scam. That is a very popular Valentine's Day hot take. Classic, of course. Gets people talking about the commercialization and societal pressures of Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I agree too. But I also don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
I think it's fine. I mean, when they start selling Valentine's stuff before Christmas, I might take issue with that.
That is upsetting.
Yet I'm okay with them selling Cadbury cream eggs starting in February because that is a delicious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I get bummed out whenever I go to Target and I see all the Valentine's Day stuff, not because it's being sold like December 23rd.
mm-hmm.
I get upset because some of the Valentine's Day decor is so freaking cute. And I'm not saying this because I'm a matchmaker who's currently wearing heart-shaped earrings, and you could see them if you're watching us on YouTube right now. It's because some of the stuff is like,
Yeah, some's cute.
freaking cute. And I'm like, I want this in my house.
Well, you can because it's your job. So that's the best
Yeah,
part.
that's true.
Whenever I see a heart sweater, I buy it because I'm
Yeah.
like, I can
Same.
wear a heart sweater every single day.
Yeah.
And it's totally appropriate for us.
Yeah. I will say that I'm currently getting Facebook ads this week, Valentine's Day week, where it's like mommy and me
Huh.
heart-shaped cardigans.
That's cute.
And I got to say, I am a fucking sucker.
Do it.
Can't help it. Oh, yeah, I already swiped the card.
Okay.
Swiped it. Tap, tap. Take all my money.
Too easy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. The algorithm knows.
I know. They know everything.
They know everything. I just shout out to my agent assigned to me. I'm sorry. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, there's this joke that everyone has a FBI agent who monitors your internet search.
Okay.
Mine is a lot of like mommy and me outfits. I'm so boring in my internet search.
I think that's cute.
Another Valentine's Day hot take. If you need Valentine's Day to show love, you're doing it wrong. This invites a thoughtful discussion of the importance showing love year-round versus the value of having a dedicated day for it.
Yeah, and it also shows the importance of, I mean, I don't know how love languages, whatever, but like how people like to receive love. Because if you think it's Valentine's Day, I buy flowers. That's great. Look, who doesn't like flowers? Many people don't, though. So maybe discuss or year-round, how does your partner want to receive love? How do they feel appreciated?
That's actually a really good idea, by the way. I don't know if you realize it, but like a really fun Valentine's Day activity to do, even though I don't know how much I believe in them, is to do a love language quiz together.
Sure.
Because if we're gonna celebrate love, let's discover love.
Okay, great.
What does it mean?
What's
for you
yours?
Yeah.
What do you like?
Are you asking me? Are you?
Yeah, you.
Oh, what's yours? Can I guess?
Yeah, sure.
Are you words of affirmation?
And
Quality time?
no.
No. I don't know. I feel like I don't
Gifts.
know you. Shut. I was gonna say it's not gifts.
Yeah, it is.
Stop it.
I
It's
love
good because I
gifts.
brought you a gift.
Oh, I can't wait.
Maybe I subconsciously know you better than I
I
thought.
love
did.
gifts. I like to
did
know
not
someone
know
was
that.
thinking about me. Sure.
You're below mine. What do you think mine are? Come on, I'm easy.
Gifts.
No, not at all. I love giving gifts. I
Words
don't like
of
receiving gifts,
affirmation.
obviously.
Obviously. And quality time?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Quality time. And for me, quality time is even like sometimes how I'll call you. I'm
Yeah,
driving.
I love when
And
you
I'm
call
like,
me.
this is the quality time.
I love when you call me when you're
Yeah.
driving. Okay.
Who am I going to call now, by the way? I usually call you when I leave the studio. And now I'm like, oh, well, I
And
spent
I'm in the studio.
She's in the studio. Now I'm going to have to call other people. Ugh.
Ugh.
All right. One last Valentine's Day hot take. It's actually the best day for singles. Singles reclaim the day with Galentine's Day, which is tomorrow, February 12th. It celebrates female friendships. Or Singles Awareness Day. SAD. That's the
Yuck.
acronym. Enjoying self-love, self-care, and just having fun with friends. I will say this year I have a newsletter that goes out to the people that are in my newsletter. And I did make the messaging in February heavily focused on self-care and like
That's
loving
great.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I'm talking to single people in my newsletter.
Yeah.
And like, what am I supposed to say here?
Seems appropriate to me.
Yeah. Are you doing anything for Valentine's Day?
Tomorrow, I am actually performing in a show in Brooklyn.
What kind of show?
It's called Mortified, and it's hilarious. A podcast also, where adults like us read their childhood journals, diaries, school projects. So
Stop it.
I will
What
be-
are you reading?
well, I was a bit of a late bloomer in the sexual department, so mine is from freshman year of college. It's my journal, my diary entries about a guy I really liked, and just my first experience with many sexual things.
You wrote this in your diary?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn.
But
I
the
did not
funniest
do
part
that.
is I didn't know any slang for any body part, so it's all written very clinically.
Stop it.
It's
So then he put his penis in your vagina.
oh, we didn't get that far. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Uh,
The vulva.
it was like
Oh, wait.
it wasn't that. It was like
Oh, you're like talking about like petting or
it
like
was
hooking
like
up.
he touched my breast. Like yeah.
And
So anyway, I'll be doing that on stage tomorrow.
I am so excited for you. I cannot wait to see the clips of you. Is this going to go public, of course? The podcast.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay. So it's February 11th when this episode goes out. February 12th, you're recording. When does that, do you know when that episode will come out? Will it come out right away?
Oh, the live shows don't necessarily go on the podcast, but I'll be on stage tomorrow. It's in Brooklyn. It's at a venue called Littlefield. If anyone
Okay.
wants to come.
Oh my God. I love it. I might come. So I don't know what I'm doing. First of all, I just want to say I love Galentine's Day.
Uh huh.
And every year I always try to do like brunch with my girlfriends.
Okay.
And I don't know if maybe this also may be a commercial holiday or it will become one, of course, because there's certain like merch for it. But I just love like any excuse to hang out with my girlfriends.
Sure. I just don't need a day for that. So I'm sorry. I am a positive person. I think Valentine's Day is whatever. I don't know. I've never in my life even uttered the word Galentine's Day. I just haven't. I'd rather. I mean, I could go out with friends. I'm actually going on vacation on Friday, so I won't even be here. But,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good. It's a 3-day weekend, no?
uh,
Isn't it like some dead President's Day or something?
it-
Is it President's Day?
but
Where are you going? Are we allowed to say on the pod?
Sure, I'm
Oh.
going to Tanzania and Kenya.
Stop it. Are you serious?
I am serious.
Will
I
you
have-
send me photos?
I would love to send you photos. I have a friend who works for USAID, and she's on a 4-year detail in Tanzania, so I'm going to go visit.
I really, really want to do Tanzania. I really, really want to do Madagascar. It's funny how much George and I are obsessed with documentaries of certain parts of the world.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm going. So we have this whole thing planned and a safari and Zanzibar, and I'm just like, it's going to be incredible. I can't believe it's already this week.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
amazing.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
The
So Valentine's Day is travel day for me.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be traveling for Valentine's Day, though, because it's a 3-day weekend. I remember when Valentine's Day fell on a Friday, this was years ago, George and I decided to go to Graceland for the weekend.
Oh, fun.
And it was incredible.
That's fun.
Have you ever been to Graceland? Put that on the list.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Okay.
Like I just thought we were going to go visit a house for like 30 minutes. I never thought at any point we would be there for 4.5 hours.
Wow.
And there's like 7 different museums for each part of like his life. And they don't
That's
have,
incredible.
and also 7 different gift shops.
Oh, I like gift shops. That's how I do museums. Gift shops.
Yeah. Of
Anyway,
course.
I will say, look, if you're single on Valentine's Day and don't want to be, and know that you're going to feel sad on that day, line yourself up some plans, whether that's solo plans, doing the thing that makes you happy, getting your nails done, whatever that is, or going out with girlfriends or seeing a show.
Yeah. Don't pop 3 pills of melatonin and call it a day. Like,
yeah.
that's
Do
stupid.
the thing that you know is guaranteed to make you happy.
Yeah. I love that. And if you can't find it, I have discovered that a really great way to distract yourself is finding an action movie that's playing in the movie theater.
Perfect.
Go get yourself some buttered popcorn.
I love that.
Crunch. Do you ever do that? Get the popcorn and dump the crunch stuff in?
I know
chocolate.
people love that. That sounds great to me.
Oh God.
I'm more of a
weakness.
Sour Patch Kids kind of girl.
You're like my children.
I am basically a child. I'm a grown child.
Dude, I find...
Wait, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I have a fake child so I can get Stitch Fix kids.
You have told me this.
Yeah, her name's Emma.
You have told me this. You even told me her name. Because last year we went for dinner. Do you remember this? Last spring,
keep going.
we went to dinner and you were like, I was wearing an orange jean jacket and you were
Oh,
like,
I remember.
did you get this on Stitch Fix?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. She goes, I got it too. By Emma. And I
Yeah.
was like, who's Emma? And
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, my imaginary kid on Stitch Fix Kids.
Yeah. I picked an E-name because I figured it looks like a typo when they send it to me.
Oh, right. Oh my God, that's freaking brilliant,
They have
dude.
really cute stuff.
Yeah, I've actually just enrolled my daughter. You know what? I will include a Stitch Fix link in the show notes. Let's get some affiliate money. I actually have my daughter on Stitch Fix because I discovered that I even though I shop off of Stitch Fix, I think everything I'm wearing, with the exception of my boots, is from Stitch Fix.
Mm-hmm.
But I started shopping for my daughter on Stitch Fix.
Great.
Because first of all, it was the same pricing
Mm-hmm.
as what I've got in the store. Second of all, I don't want to go to the store.
Yeah, great.
But third of all, and this is more important, the quality is really good.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Because I feel like anytime I go out to shop for her, I notice that my son's clothing is better quality at the main
Weird.
box stores, but the girl clothing, it's not
That's weird.
reinforced.
Yeah, I think it's good. Although once, this is funny, I kept this shirt for Emma. And I went to wear it a few weeks later and it had a hole in it that I had not noticed, obviously. And so I emailed customer service and I was like, hey, just wanted to let you know. And they wrote back, they're like, we are so sorry. We hope Emma's not too upset. Like, we hope we can make it up to her. And I wrote back, I'm like, she's fine. Like,
Oh my God, Erika, I love having you on. You are amazing. If you're not following Erika on Instagram, well, let's fix that. Head on over to the show notes and Check her out. A Little Nudge is her name on Instagram. Erika, I'm going to see you next week.
I can't wait.
We have a special guest joining us on the pod, and it's going to be fun to talk to them.
Yeah, I'm excited.
About what we're about stuff, about dating. Well, that's it for this week. Happy Galentine's Day if you celebrate tomorrow. Come on. Happy Valentine's Day on Friday, should you decide to celebrate. And of course, be lovable, but more importantly, be likable. See you next week. You know, we're love industry professionals. It's the week of Valentine's Day, and it's not lost on both of us that a lot of the people that we work with are not celebrating Valentine's Day with anyone this year.
Correct.
But that's not to say that they won't have a Valentine next year.
Yeah.
So if you need online dating help, check out A Little Nudge. Check out Erika. And if you need a matchmaker,
check out Matchmaker Maria.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.